What's going on YouTube? My name is Nico Porter, and today we are going to be making my tier list for the characters in Wuthering Waves as of 1.0, since we are getting 1.1's patch coming out soon. And I wanted just to go ahead and review a lot of these characters because we are getting to the point where you're kind of building up for endgame. I haven't seen too many people in the UL 50 area, and having good teams is something that every single, content creator or just average player needs. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, something that I see with a lot of people doing characters is putting their favorites before what they actually do. But with my tier list, I'm kind of trying to go for like an intermediate thing where some of it is like, yeah, like I already know, like for a fact, like Yin Lin, I know I'm putting her at S tier, but there's other reasons for it other than her being, hot and having like a really good set. But I'm just gonna kind of go over how each character I feel is put in that place. So, starting off with Rover, if we're talking about Spectre Rover, I'll be honest, Spectre Rover is okay. I was actually against Havoc Rover for a while, and I started seeing my girlfriend play as Havoc Rover, and I was like, oh shit, this dude's actually way better. So for both of the Spectre Rovers, I have to say for gameplays wise, they're okay. They're not bad. Their set isn't bad. When you go in here and you're like, all right, so what are we looking at exactly when we're looking for who they are and why they're at the tier that I'm going to put them, I'm going to be honest with you. Everything that they have, it's kind of just break damage, in my opinion. And a lot of people probably will argue with me or say, oh, well, there's a different reason. And I understand. But Rover just seems like a character on when you're using the Spectre version that it is just break damage because it's a lot of different attacks. And even with Rover being all the way up to like I have him at 4, I'm pretty sure we can get him to 6, but again, it's like restores HP for all team members, HP equal to 20% of Rover's attack. Again, good for healing, like it's a good sub healer. So where I'm putting Rover, just based off of being all around Inspector, I put him at B tier. I don't think Rover is a bad character, but I also don't think the Spectre Rover is up where other characters are. And I'm gonna go with Havoc. Havoc, I'm putting in A. I'm gonna be honest with you because I've seen some Havoc builds for Rover, and again, looking at Rover's kit, when it comes down to Havoc, it's a lot stronger. There's a lot more damage. There's a lot more break. Again, I haven't built him. I've played Havoc Rover on my girlfriend's PC. But what I'll say is when you're able to just go in and build your bar up, hold it, right? Do a heavy attack, switch modes, and you get another E charge, at least for keyboard. But that's going to be your Renaissance Liberation. Dude, your Renaissance Skill, when you get another charge, it's like you hit them once, hold that button, and then get another one, you're getting more attacks in, which makes them a lot better. So overall, for damage-wise, I put them in A, and they can be a main DPS and a sub DPS at the same time. So they're good as a versatile unit for teams. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and put her in S. Look, Verena is super duper good. I don't even need to go back to her thing because her healing is absurd. You literally just build the bar, jump up in the air, and start shooting them, and you get all your health back as long as you've built for that. If you don't build her properly, you might feel like she is a lower tier, but as long as you have HP, like, and healing bonus on everything, dude, she's like the best healer you're gonna get in the game right now. Like, there's no doubt about it. Encore, Now I personally do not have Encore on my account. I have played Encore on her PC back there. And this is what I'll say about Encore. If you build her right, she's very good. But if you don't know how to use her, she's not that good. Because you need to understand, it's just like uh homeboy here, Calcuro. Is that how you say his name? Calcuro? Right? Yeah. Or Calcaro. Calcaro? Whatever. Um she's good to an extent, right? She's very good to an extent. I would say if you're not understanding how to use her, because when you're switching characters, when you get your intro skill to swap, you need to have her bar filled and have her detonate. And if you don't know how to do that, then you're using her wrong. Um, of course, play the game for fun. But if you're doing harder stuff that like is difficult for you, you have to know mechanics, right? So if you don't know mechanics, I would put her as a B tier for people. But if you did, I would put her as S. So I'm giving her A tier because, again, in the reality of everything, if you don't know how to play her and you don't have her built right, she's not a good unit. Because I had to go help build that unit for my girlfriend. Now, this is a little biased. Calcuro is going into S tier. He is super, super duper good, especially if you were to grab him off of the free 5-star pull, you are doing really good. You're already choosing a right path, in my opinion. Calcuro is very strong. He has a suit like dude is super, super good. Like, I don't have them built very well because of my echoes. They're just not proper. I know I have all golds, but you could see like this is the only decent one I have, and still this isn't even percentage. But again, if you had good rolls on everything for him, he's nuts, dude. He's absolutely nuts. And not to mention, when you're playing as him, very simple. It's the same thing I was talking about with Encore. You know, if you have his third, his third bar down, all you do is hold the button and then switch characters, and he just becomes better. But not to mention, it's like I got lucky enough to get this too. All of his extra like resonance chain abilities are great. Okay, like you could sit here and read everything, but like look, skill damage increase by 30% after his intro. Super good, especially if you're in, the tower and you're doing the electro part. Like it's just going to be increased. Look, Renaissance Liberation. During that state, once you hit his ult, 25% increase. Again, electro damage to all members. So if you have Yin Lin on the team now, boom. Once he does his outro and she comes in, she's doing more damage for up to 30 seconds. Again, intro, more damage. I mean, that's whatever, right? Intros are just for breaking, but still, same deal. And then look at this. Summon 2 phantoms to perform coordinated attacks. Bro, if I ever get him to max, like this dude is busted. He's so busted. So I put him at the top because he's probably one of the best main DPSs. Besides our boy here, Gian. Gion's the next character, and I'm going to talk about him a little bit. Gian, I would put at, I'm going to be honest with you, I would also put him at S tier. I mean, just the pure fact that he's able to have such a huge AoE ability is crazy, right? And that's pretty much all I'm going to say about him is he just does a lot of damage. He does AoE. He literally has a great intro skill. I mean, he's just a good character. And I'm gonna try to go towards do 5 stars and 4 stars, but I don't even remember this chick's name. But what I will say, Gian, oh my God, I'm botching this. Jinzin, Jianzin, I'm saying that so wrong. Again, super good character, but I say she's good as a sub DPS because of her healing. Healing is, or not healing, sorry, her pull for AoE. She pulls all the enemies together, and I do know for a fact that she can be pretty decent if you build her properly, which again, I don't have really good echoes in the game. I have decent enough. The only one I have good echoes on is Sanhua, and we're going to talk about her too. But I would give her I would give her B tier because I haven't played her enough to say what I really feel like, and I haven't seen enough gameplay of bigger streamers and whatnot go to her. So definitely B tier. I'm not even going to talk about him D tier. I played him for a little bit, thought he was cool. He's not good. Just use him for break damage, honestly. Yinlin, again, super good character. I would wholeheartedly put Yinlin at the top. 100% put her at the top. She's not a bad character at all. Great AoE damage. Awesome, again, another hold ability for heavy that you can swap your characters out into. So, again, I'm putting her up at S tier. We don't have these two yet, so we're not going to talk about them. Haven't played her, but I've seen her. She's super duper good. I've seen the damage tick she can do. If you build her properly and know how to play her right, very good. Our boy Alto, right? His name is Alto, right? Yeah, Alto's on the bottom. Homeboy has not even been played. I've watched his gameplay. I'm just going to put him at C. He's not that good. Homegirl, C tier as well. Well, I'll say B tier. Both of these people, Mortify and her, Chixia, I put them at B tier just because they're shooters and they're flame. But the thing is like they're really only good against the shooters are only good against really, in my opinion, one of the bosses, which is that stupid Spectre boss that is annoying. But they don't do enough for me to be like, yeah, they're great sub DPSs. I mean, they're okay. Mortify is great for helping damage boost, and he's also really good for swapping. But outside of that, not good. This guy, I'm going to actually put him in B tier this time. I did watch a video on him. He does have a good build. He does. But again, he doesn't pull enough to be a great sub DPS. C tier for her. Again, not she isn't very versatile, right? Like you have to parry with her. If you don't parry with her, she's not extremely good, but she's good. Like I'd say she's good as a sub DPS if you need that damage type. Our homegirl, she goes into A tier just because she's still a great unit. I love her abilities, but I wouldn't put her at S tier because her healing still is a little mid. It's not that good compared to Verina's. Sanhua, I'm putting up an S tier for 4 stars. I'm sorry. I do so much damage with that chick. Like I could be in any event under leveled, no problem. My build for her is so good. And you could just constantly hold the heavy and hit the right resonance meter part, and she just outdoes everything. And I mean her break meter too, insane. And last but not least, her C tier. She's only good for AoE, and that's pretty much how I feel about all the characters. I'm not gonna lie, they're not bad characters, right? None of the characters in the game are bad, but putting them on a tier list, like don't listen to people's tier lists, right? I made a tier list, short little video just for you guys to have something about, hey, how do I feel about these characters and whatnot. But when it comes down to the end of the day, it's really about what you guys like, what you can do as teams. Because like for me, it's like, I mean, I play very specific teams. Like I'll show you right now before ending. you know, my teams, like, look, I play these three all the time. These three all the time. And you'll notice, like, I had an oddball team, but, like, you'll notice I either have, I have a pretty set schedule for all the teams. And, you need 9 characters to make good teams with the game. So, you know, do what you want to do, right? Like, play the game how you want, but don't let somebody's, don't let this tier list that I'm showing be the end all. I'm just saying that this is how I feel about the characters. I think everywhere on this list there's room for improvement, right? But at the end of the day, you're looking for results, having fun, and versatility. And I would say this is a pretty spot on accuracy of all three of those, except for Lion Dancer, boy. He's trash. But I hope you guys enjoyed my tier list. I really appreciate you guys coming in and watching. I've seen a couple likes and views for the new YouTube videos, and I've actually had some people come into the stream. So I really appreciate the hell out of that. And if you guys do want to catch me on Twitch live, I'm live every single night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. EST. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Nico_Porter. And if you guys don't mind, go ahead, hit like and subscribe, and be back for more content. Peace.